want you to just I don't care about no fucking URL. I care about you recording. Thank you, OBS. This is why I use Streamlabs now.
That's entirely fair.
You know how long it's been since me and you have like had a proper conversation? Bro,
Years.
Right? Like, you've been not around for so goddamn long. You weren't even there for when John's hair color changed to black rather than red. And pretty much 90% of my player base only know John with black hair.
I've been very busy with a lot of different things.
I have heard you have been a busy boy. At one point, you were even running your own server, last time I heard.
I'm still running my own RP, yeah, and I have to actually pick players to go on the missions now.
Oh, damn.
Before I didn't have to.
Yeah, no, I
know.
I am still quite stubborn on that.
It's just because of how we do things.
I mean, that's
a specific way I like it done. Because I like metaverse players, but I don't like all of them. So I have to make a little, I guess you could say, stricter on some things.
This right here is
like so we get the fun players in.
Yeah,
just so we can keep the I snap my fingers and I win. I'm like, this is role play. You don't win. No, but I win though. And I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god, bro. You are preaching to the choir. I mean, it's so fun. Bro, I've had like Poi Butler on this shit. I've had Poi Butler, Peach Bomb. Like, man, I've had some Peach. Yeah, no, he was on this one too, and then we got one of my players, Mad Dog, in here, and it's like, whew.
Mad Dog.
I
know players, they don't know me though.
I had one admin from Rosewood interested for a week.
Oh shit.
For a week. And then they ended up saying, "Nah, I'm too busy." And I'm like, "Okay."
I'm bringing me back to
sure you were busy. Right? Bro.
God, I've been doing this for way too long.
Bro, you've been away for so long, I changed my logo for Black Wolves. Oh my god!
I've been away from a lot of things, which I'm sure you'll want me to talk about when.
Oh yeah, no, listen,
get everything ready.
Oh yeah, no, I'm already recording. I haven't even done my intro yet. Anyway, all right, everyone, welcome back. I know it's been a while. Welcome back to the Cards Down podcast. You know what we usually do. We sit here and yap to VRChat roleplay veterans for several hours, and we talk about things that we don't normally get to talk about. I am your usual host, Jason, owner of Black Wolves Rebellion and Cosmic Veil now. And I'm joined by one of my literal first players, like my first batch. I'm talking first 10 players. He is the original elf. Now the only elf I got from the olden days is technically Augie, but her original character, Augie, isn't even around anymore. Yeah, no, listen, we have more dark elves than regular elves now.
Yeah, dark elves are cooler. Regular elves are just kind of dicks.
I've made the whole elf on the shelf joke of your character a couple times. And everyone's like, well, Jason, what the fuck are you on about? Guy just sat on the guy just sat on the fucking walls of the area 2 and just sat there in the most wildest of places.
No, I got pretty creative.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I had knives and shit.
Yeah, definitely. Now most of my rebellion in character are a bunch of people who run and kill the thing and talk over each other.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, no, you love that. You'll love to hear it.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yep. And now I get to ask you so many fun questions about the roleplay community.
Bring it on.
Oh, yeah. Let's get on the first one. What do you see is the most significant challenge in the VRChat roleplay community?
I mean, that depends on the perspective. Obviously, you have three. You got player, NPC, DM. I guess you could count admin too, but that's more of like a out of character Discord server thing.
Mm.
Uh, as the DM is getting NPCs. That's the thing I
Mm-hmm.
personally struggle with, and a few of my other roleplay friends who have
Oh, I
DM'd their own
struggle
stuff
too.
have struggled with is getting NPCs. It's really, really hard,
Bro,
and
I
it's
have a
really,
horror
really
session
fun.
this week that requires a horde, and I'm sitting here like, how the fuck am I going to do it with my 3 to 4 usual NPCs, man?
Very meticulously and carefully. I have done missions where it is just myself NPCing and DMing.
I'm
I've
so
done
sorry for
missions
your
where I've had
loss.
2 or 3 people. Yeah, well, I mean, we still made it fun. Like that's not.
Oh yeah, no, you
We
can
still
make
make
it
it
work
work.
with
It just might
one.
not be what you planned.
Yeah, my
Um,
metaverse roleplay. Me and my friend Yukio Okumura, we fucking make it work with just the two of us, and we're the only two
yep,
admins on that fucking team.
yep. That's how it has to be until people either get interested or realize, oh my god, NPCing is fun. And I'm like, I know, I've been saying that for like 4 years, and now you're just doing this.
Yeah,
Okay.
being the big baddie is fun sometimes.
Yeah, or fucking have fun with it. I know
Yeah.
one of the things on my first arc that people really loved was the main enemies, the cultists, because they could just do stupid shit. Like they could jump from a high height and be like, "Oh, my third ankle," and it would be like, "Wait, what the fuck?" And it'd just be a fucking
Oh
stupid,
yeah.
haha, mimi, funny
Oh
thing.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
for players, finding players to collab with as like a difficulty that aren't I use the word vaguely crazy because, or have I guess a better way would be a misconception about roleplay, about what
Mm.
it specifically is and what it's about. Because you do have your meta gamers, you power gamers, your players who are like, oh, I'm doing my own story, and they've never written the
Yeah.
VRChat roleplay story
You're also
before.
forgetting about the ones that ask like a million questions when it's like
Yes.
all you like it's like, "Oh, can I open this? Can I hack open this door?" And then they proceed to ask 10 trillion questions about opening that door and I'm like, "Bro, just let me
It's a
roll
door.
and I'll tell you whether or not you fucking open it."
Yeah, they want to try everything, want to do everything. I would personally rather have that though
Mm.
than have someone fight me over for 10 minutes about something that we agreed upon like 30 days ago.
Mhm.
So I'm like, it's in text, bro. Go read it. I made it pretty clear, like,
Yeah.
but okay. I wrote a paragraph.
Right?
Um,
I made a whole document for the BWR combat system. By the way, the best rule I ever fucking put in Black Wolves is if you don't see the damage, it's not valid until you see it or until a DM tells you that you're
yeah,
receiving it. That
yeah,
is a lifesaver of a rule.
because sometimes, dude, those particle effects are flying, and especially with VRChat being updated, the animator doesn't work because
Mhm.
you're not seeing them of how they have that programmed, and
Right?
or if a particle is randomized, it on my screen it's different because how it works for people who don't know is when you turn on something,
Mhm.
it sends a signal to the other person on their, I guess you would say network, I guess
Yeah.
is probably maybe the best word for it,
Yeah.
that activates what your
Networking
character
is an avatar
does.
creator's fucking hell. I'll tell you what,
Yes,
especially
it
when you're a
is.
role player. That's why I stick to melee. Literally, well, that's also because I can't hit the fucking broadside of a barn. But listen,
Or do the same thing.
you can't mistaken sword or axe in this
No,
case.
no. Maybe a gun if it's like, I guess a shotgun. You could do pistols or whatever.
Yeah,
But even then, like if it has a randomized spread or a shot
it's
thing,
so
good luck.
inconsistent.
It's very inconsistent, and so a lot of players will get upset about that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, let's be fair about it. Like we saw, we're letting you know now. I was on a mission, I think, oh god, last year.
Mm,
Yes, last year. I was a player, and I'm
mm,
playing this character, one of
mm.
more powerful characters or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, and I asked them, where do you want me to be at? They're like, just play it normal. I'm like, okay, you read my sheet, right? And they're like, yes. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, so you didn't read my sheet. fun. Let me give you a TLDR.
Yeah.
Like,
Bro, I remember I had a player
where
one time who asked me, what power level is my character acceptable in this roleplay? It's like, because I asked, what's your character's power level? And it's like, whatever you want it to be. And I'm like, can in my head, I was like, can I hug you?
I mean, yeah, I mean, okay. I mean, if you're asking,
Oh man, it was great.
yeah. And so they ridiculed people. They were frustrated with them. We had like a side where we had an NPC and then player. So I
Yeah.
was NPCing first and hearing all their stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
so glad I'm not a part of this roleplay anymore.
It's
Only
honestly
doing it for
one
this
of the
one
big
person who asked
reasons.
me.
It's one of the big reasons why with my metaverse roleplay, I'm very choosy on who I collab with. Because like I used to do a lot of collabs with Frostbite Forge, Solus's server, and eventually I just kind of stopped doing it for a lot of reasons. But like honestly, I just kind of do my own thing with Yukio now in that server. I tell whatever fucking story I want because it's definitely like
Yeah.
it's a story-driven roleplay, and nothing is more wonderful when they get entrapped in your story and the stars fucking aligned, and when your NPCs get in character in the character they're in. Oh man, it is an orgasmic experience.
It is. It's like all that hard work is finally paid off, and everything's just pulled the trigger just right on what's gonna happen and how you envisioned it, and it's awesome.
Especially me in Black Wolves when I spend literal months on a map only for that one session to happen. And it's a beautiful fucking experience because you sit there and you spend so long working on that thing.
I spent so long working on a map, and then that mission kind of backfired because I will admit, I did an amateur thing. They were newer VRChat role players.
Oh,
yeah. A lot of them.
Yeah, that's where you
gotta be careful. The monster big.
But
they were supposed to defeat it, and they ran away. Now, as a DM, you can't punish them wanting to run away unless it's for this it has to be very specifically. It has to be rewarding in the end. That's what you want.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, okay, I guess you're running away now. And so I had to improv it. A couple more were happy with the ending, and once I explained, I was like, you guys literally like did what I least expected you to do, and that's my fault. And
oh my god, that's a callback for me. I remember in season 1 of Black Wolves when we started canon, bro, they were capturing enemies they weren't fucking supposed to be able to capture, and I'm sitting here, it's like, oh, what information do I get from them? And I'm sitting here like, I don't know, give me a minute to think of something.
Yeah, give me a minute to bullshit something out my ass,
right?
And that makes sense as much as possible, and then we'll go with it.
I'm sitting here, it's like, I mean, you captured them, so I'm gonna reward you, but like, you weren't supposed to capture them.
But you weren't supposed to do that.
You weren't supposed to do that, but I applaud you for actually succeeding to do that.
Yeah, no, players could be very, very surprising.
Consistently, they keep making Consistently, they keep making good decisions. Like, I was fully expecting.
Yeah, no.
I had my character get fucking accused of killing the fucking king of Exolia, the elf planet in Black Wolves. And
shit.
And all of the fucking like higher ranking characters in the rebellion, like all of the fucking high ranking people were captured, including my character. I was expecting them to go gung ho, just fucking breaking them out of the fucking building. Nope, they actually went to court and they fought it legally, and I'm like I had actually written, and I'm like, holy shit, you didn't choose violence, brother?
What?
Like,
you didn't do the metaverse thing where you just come in, shoot shit, and be like,
listen, I will say I'm definitely blessed with Black Wolves. By the way, that Patreon is still up. By the way, fun fact, everyone, for a quick history lesson, this is the guy who convinced me in the first place to give the Black Wolves a Patreon. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well, right?
It might as well. Listen, it may have only one paid subscriber, but that pays for my Pyomi Pro every month. That's a paid subscriber that pays for my Pyomi subscription that I use to this.
There you go.
I made an entire map using Pyomi World shader, and it is
World shader is awesome.
it's great, especially when
gotta
you
use
want some fucking disgusting things and it's good. It's great.
Or something that looks a little complicated, because
Yep.
a lot of shaders are very basic, which is
Yeah.
fine. That's what they should be. But like Pyomi's like, you can make it complicated and it won't fucking
Yeah.
lag the hell out
Like
of
you know
people.
the
And I'm like,
polygon, you know the polygon packs where it's like basic ass shading. I wanted the fucking space.
Oh yeah.
I wanted it to look rusty and fucked up and old. And I'm sitting here like,
Yep.
how the fuck do I do that with standard shader?
Without,
and then I looked at
without coloring every fucking texture piece.
I didn't want to sit there. I didn't want to take every single object in the asset pack and sit there in Substance Painter putting a fucking rust thing on it.
Oh fuck no! No,
And then
why do that when I can just slap a decal on it and call it
right,
good?
right. That's why I just saw Pyomi just like, hey, I'm the solution. And boy howdy,
Oh
I am so happy I did that. Yeah, I'm so happy I
God.
did that.
I use it for a lot of my stuff too. It's
great.
It works out really well. It's
Also,
fucking fantastic.
for map makers, I keep doing this, but I honestly, as someone who now owns a game dev company, optimization's important.
Yes, it is.
Mesh.
Looking at you, AAA developers. The fuck, Monster Hunter Wilds? You told me that a year ago that your game was optimized enough, and clearly it wasn't because it's betterly optimized now. What the fuck?
I bought it,
son of a
and
bitch.
I don't have an SSD, and that was my biggest fucking mistake.
Oh yeah, no, I
I'm
bought
fucked.
it released right after my birthday, so I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna ask my girlfriend to buy me an SSD for my birthday, and then I'm gonna take that day off instead of my birthday, and
Big
fucking
brain.
play that game. And you know what? It was fucking awesome.
Yeah. And Mesh Baker is your best friend because you can atlas things in a grid, and it's beautiful.
Oh man, yes, please do.
I'd also say Scene. And also if that doesn't work, use Scene Optimizer, but you can't buy that anymore. They took it off the Unity Asset Store. Never mind.
Oh, lame.
If you ever need it, I don't know, contact me and I'll give it to you. I mean, listen, if it's not for sale, listen. Much like Abandonware, Yoho Matey is kind of the only answer.
I think you can technically, maybe not. I don't know how copyright laws work. I only know music, because I've had to search so much copyright music up. Just to be like, oh, this music's really good. Copyright, fuck.
You see, this is why I'm really fucking blessed in the area of how big Blackwell's now. I have 2 people who make music now. For example, recently they fought John and John's twin brother Dean. And the best part about that is I had spent a month and a week prior basically telling my 2 people on the music team, hey, make boss music. And it's like, what's the vibe you're looking for? I'm like, take Devil May Cry and cook something.
Oh fuck yeah.
And they did.
That's actually really awesome.
I wish I could have if I could have given them another month, I would have, and I would have had them get vocals, but that song was a banger.
Hell yeah. I have to resort to being like, oh, this writing down a list of games that aren't copyrighted. Like, weirdly enough, some of the Final Fantasy games aren't copyrighted. Like the older ones, or like through like a certain period of time, they're just not copyrighted by Square Enix or Nintendo. Like the original Zelda Twilight Princess music is not copyrighted.
Borderlands 2 is your friend.
That and FromSoft is actually
Warframe.
Nice.
And listen, I know.
Ooh,
hey,
yeah.
Jason has like 6,000 hours in Warframe. Listen, I haven't gotten copyright striked, and I've used their music 10 times throughout Blackwell's existence. I haven't been striked for any of them. All right.
That are usually you can go on a policy for the website. Usually, because Square is very weird. They like go game by game. And I'm like,
yeah,
fuck, all right.
Yeah, I just kind of stay away from Square Enix as like a general rule of thumb with music.
I love their music so much, I'm willing to find any loophole. So
that is fair enough.
I'm possessed for it.
Okay, where's my next fucking question? There it is. How has managing a VRChat roleplay, how has that impacted your mental health?
That is the best question you could have asked me, because recently I'm like, oh my god, dude, I have so much shit to do. I have a whole map to make. I got NPC models to fucking finish.
I feel that on a spiritual level.
A map to finish. I try, for me, and I recommend this, do it in parts. So, like, if you're gonna do your role play, take like a 2-month break between sections of the arc or whatever,
I
and then
vouch
be
for
like,
this. I
oh,
do this
okay,
in Black Wolves.
okay, and then get everything ready for that section. And while you're doing that section, work on the next section. And then don't start the next section until you actually have everything ready and then done.
Literally
So
what
for
I
this
did,
one, we have a
and
couple of
it's
things.
it's the best thing I could have done. Everyone's like, "Oh, this epilogue between season 1 and 2 is taking a while." It's like, yeah, well, making 7 maps for the first quarter is time consuming. Okay, well, give
Yeah,
me give
no,
me some fucking time.
it takes a while, especially if you have to work and have a job, and you only get to be up for like 4 or 5 hours, and then you have to go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, listen, my wife
yeah,
at the time,
I
my
don't
wife
have time.
worked and I only stay up to like 12 to 1 in the morning, but I put more hours into Black Wolves than I do my game because at this point Black Wolves is so time consuming. I don't have time to make my game despite Black Wolves and all my role plays being directly connected and being the prologue to my games. So,
Yeah,
that's fun.
I want to play fucking games. Like right now, I'm playing Persona 3 Reload
Right,
and Monster Hunter Wilds, and
remember playing video games?
I know.
I
And
spend
now
more
I'm like,
time in
fuck, man.
I'm so happy they don't have an hour tracker in Unity because if there was a counter for how long you're in Unity, I'd be so cooked.
I'm like, oh, I have 3,000 hours of VRChat. Yeah, but how many do you have in Unity? Fuck, you're right.
Right, hold on, let me see this. How many worlds do I have uploaded on my account? I have 134
Yeah,
worlds
I
on
have
my
like
account.
5. I just I guess I recently in the past year or so I've gotten into world making,
Mm.
um, and I've had some weird shit happen, like your game lag when you have occlusion baked,
Bro, I remember
which
it.
was fucking weird.
Bro, one time Unity completely botched a fucking udon script and it duplicated an object like a bunch of times when I uploaded it. And I was
Oh,
like,
what the
okay.
fuck?
Yeah, I don't know why that happened. It was so wild. But then, fun fact, by the way, this is why we made a new version of the Wolves Den map. The entire every merged object I use with Pro Builder, it completely fucking
Oh,
the entire goddamn
yeah,
floor and the walls of the OG Wolves Den map disappeared, and I didn't feel like redoing it all. So I said, fuck it,
yeah.
we're just gonna stay at the fort now. And then that was basically
I
all of season 1 was the fort.
I had that with one of my maps. I think it was my first actual map. I used Pro Builder because my girlfriend usually makes maps. She really likes making maps. And we there was an area where it's enclosed, so I was like, oh, I'll just reverse the normals and shit,
Yeah.
and use Pro Builder to do that.
Yeah.
It just stopped doing that, and then it didn't flip the normals anymore, and it reverted them back to their usual. So I was like, oh, so you can just jump out now. There's
Yeah.
no collision on the. Oh, great. All right. Well, I don't know how I'm gonna redo that, but okay.
Yeah, no, it is definitely okay, well that's fun. Okay, I just got a DM from. Okay, so for fun fact, everyone, one of my the short film I made for Black Wolves was nominated, by the way, and
Oh, fuck yeah.
so that's a thing that's happening. Also, we're gonna be in Project Community this year, by the way. Quick advertisement there, but yeah, no, how VRChat RP has impacted your mental health? It has for me a lot because honestly, like I said, I put so many hours into working on these maps. Granted, it's very rewarding because my player base, when they fucking see the maps I'm working on, it's like, this is peak. Jason is once again cooked once
Yep.
again. And I'm
I
sitting here
love
like,
it when
I
we go to a
appreciate.
new.
Yeah, love it.
We go to a map that I made, and it's like, oh my
Everyone
god,
loves it.
like
Yeah.
they made a map where I animated a waterfall moving down, like actually to the point where like the particles for the splashing move with it instead of like the
Ah,
swimming thing
yeah.
toggle, and it blocks everybody from going in there while it's happening.
Oh, everyone loves my world
And
animations.
they were like, oh my god, this is so awesome! Like the sound effects are so good. I'm like, man, if only that mission didn't
Bro, I
dumpster
remember,
fire.
bro, I remember when I first started Black Wolves, you reacted to me blowing up a ship in like with that world animation, and I'm sitting here like, well, I'm gonna make that a core part of Black Wolves, and boy, howdy did I. How we started season 2 is the players breaching through space and time to get to a fucking
Oh fuck yeah.
location. And then another time recently, there was a whole epic entrance for Caleb's sister, a new ally, which, by the way, fun fact, if you don't see that VOD in my YouTube channel, it's because OBS didn't fucking stream the game audio, which means the entrance for Caleb's sister is a fucking wash. Pain is all I
love
feel in
that.
my heart with that.
Thank you, OBS.
Yeah,
We
thanks,
appreciate
OBS.
you very much.
But also, yeah, no, recently, then there's like the whole wolves den coming in the sky. It was great. But yeah, no, I feel like honestly the biggest fucking impact is just honestly going into the planning for me personally.
Planning is sucks because you don't want it to take forever, but you also don't want to make it garbage, and it's stressful, especially if you leave on a cliffhanger like the previous arc. Like I wasn't even sure to do this arc that I'm doing right now, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give Tallaria a really good send off. I really want to end it on as best as I can do, so
yeah,
I'm gonna do that. But it is definitely stressful, and please take your time and set deadlines accurately.
Yeah, be reasonable with it.
Lenient.
That's why I never. That's why I
not
never
worth it.
gave a date for season 2. It's the only option. Don't give yourself a time limit.
Yeah,
You're only gonna ruin yourself more. And listen, if you fuck up, that's okay. In my early days of Black Wolves, there was a time where I like to call it the fucking dark ages of Black Wolves. There was a time I did not fucking know. I did not know what I was doing. And that's okay, because, fun fact, Black Wolves was the second roleplay I'd ever been a part of, and it was my roleplay. The first roleplay I was ever part of was Rosewood. That is not a good introduction to the VRChat roleplay community, and I have no problem saying that, because boy howdy, it's not. Because I remember hearing the terms metagaming, power gaming, and I'm sitting here like, I don't fucking know what those words mean. Those are some fancy words you're using there.
Yeah, I started NPCing for them because I was like, I'm gonna be an NPC, and then I'm gonna be a player, and then I'm gonna be DM, so I can have all perspectives. And oh yeah, no, I got some perspective. that was an interesting period in my early roleplay career.
Yeah, yeah, no, and it's like that's kind of the thing, because I notice a lot of people are trying to make their own roleplays, and let me just be the first one to say, you gotta have a certain amount of mental fortitude, because you're just.
Yeah, I don't want to be like don't, but I also want to be like learn your shit before you do. Be very
know your shit first. Yeah, know your shit first. I have a very close friend who has no idea how to run a role play, and they're like, "What if I made my own little tiny one-shot thing?" And it's like, you should know what you're doing first.
Yeah, I mean, a one-shot's a good way to figure that out.
Yeah, it is.
But to be more specific, I would NPC. I would be in a I would be a player for a while for a DM you like and you know, and then I would maybe DM something small first before you start going up into decision making, story building, world building. Make your world write 50% more than what they're going to see, because that makes it fucking real.
Yeah, world building is everything. Meanwhile, I have such a detailed world anvil. I need to pay a monthly subscription to put more in there.
Oh shit, yeah.
That's how
if
detailed
you're doing
it is.
A world anvil, you should, if it's gonna be that complicated, and you gotta double check every couple months to make sure you didn't do anything contradictory, or accidentally make your family tree full of incest, because that was that was awful. I was like, oh fuck. I need to rewrite this whole tree.
Oh shit, I fucked up. Anyway. Yeah. Let me see what else we got here. Oh, here's the next fun question. This one always gets fun reactions out of my previous guests. What's your perspective on the communication dynamics between players and RP owners or admins?
Players are always right. DMs are always wrong, even though it's their story. No.
Oh man.
That's complicated. Especially if you're doing metaverse stuff like Iron Grip or Lost Acres or whatever, where
y'all remember Misty Shores?
Oh, God.
Jason remembers.
That's a good callback.
I was there a couple times, but then they told me to leave because my model wasn't optimized enough.
Yeah, I mean, listen, some social map owners do know what they're talking about.
Some
And then
don't.
there are some, and then there are some role plays who have been around for a very long time and have
Yeah.
2 letters that start both with A's that were like, oh yeah, we don't have the very specifics of our model. We don't
Yeah.
have numbers. We just want you to be at this quality.
There's a
And
trick.
I'm like, oh my god,
There's a
what?
trick to know whether or not they know what they're talking about. If they have a limit on skin
Or they
meshes,
care.
if they have a limit on skin meshes, they don't know what they're talking about. There's no difference
Yeah.
between 100 skin meshes with 1 material each and 1 skin mesh with 100 materials. There's no performance difference between the two. Skin mesh count does not fucking matter. That's a fun fact. That's a fucking little piece of advice Jason's giving for free. The only thing that'll matter is
Yeah.
sometimes parts of your body might disappear, and that's a bounding box issue.
That's a
But
bounding box. Yeah,
that's not even a performance thing. That's more of a just
no,
Unity
that's just
being
expanding
fun.
that box a little bit.
Yeah,
Not
literally,
a lot,
that's it.
Not a lot, a little
Skin
bit,
mesh.
not a lot.
Remember, skin meshes don't fucking matter. It is the fucking material slot count that matters more.
And separate your face from your body so the CPU can do visings all the time and not the rest of your body.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes.
I've been doing this for a while.
Me too.
Anyway, back on topic.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and this is my personal, not some people probably won't agree.
That's
if a
all right.
DM's running their role play and they're the head DM, their way or the highway. Now, if you don't agree with that, that is totally fine. I think it's good to not necessarily agree with it. Like if someone's like, I don't like how you do stuff, I'm like, that's totally okay. You have the complete right to leave and not be a part of that group anymore if you don't like how things are being done.
Amen.
But I would talk with them, maybe be like, hey, I don't think this is fair. This is why, or when this happened. And if you don't reach a thing, it's okay to just leave. If people ask you, be like, yeah, I left because of this reason. But obviously you don't want to start drama either, because that's not good. That's childish and fucking annoying.
I always know there's a big controversy when I see a small influx of people coming into my server and asking me and just saying like, "Hey, I'm a refugee from a different server. What's your rules on this?" And I'm sitting here, or I just see a large influx and they ask, "Hey, is this part of the metaverse?" And I'm sitting here in my head's like, "Okay, what the fuck happened?" The second someone comes in and DMs the owner, who fucked up this time? Like,
oh man. Thankfully, I don't get a lot of. I don't get a lot of them in because we're not closed, but like, I don't know if I coined the term, but we're metaverse linked. We're not directly in the metaverse, so we have metaverse players. We occasionally will bring in some thing, but that's only if it's relating to the players. But this world has its own story, its own set of characters and world. The players are just coming into play, like.
Yeah, that's kind of how Cosmic is. Like, we are connected to the metaverse, but our story itself is not metaverse at all. It's our own little. It's our own little corner.
You have to follow the rules. Yeah.
Yeah, you can bring your metaverse character. Just you're playing by our rules, and you're also in our power scale. And I remember somebody telling me, "Oh, that denies character progression." It's like, yeah, but also it prevents you from one-shotting enemies that aren't supposed to be one-shot.
There's other progression besides power level, guys. There's emotional, like not talking about your power level.
like John here with PTSD and has panic attacks at random.
Yeah, you could create that and then have a whole solution to solve it, obviously, in the right context.
Right,
no one's gonna be like, yeah, I just saw someone die and it fucked me up. Oh, well, I'm better now. I'm like, how long was it? Oh, it was about a week ago. I'm like, what the fuck? No.
This is not something you get over. This is not
something you just get over.
I have a character who killed somebody for the first time, and it's been several months, and he's still not mentally well.
No, it doesn't. Oh, there you go. Problem. Like it takes
a
while.
Yeah, it like that's kind of my thing. There's more to character development than just power level. Power level doesn't fucking matter. Like
no, power level is just to gauge the world on a physical level, but that'll only affect only a couple of things, because mostly story is how are the people who are experiencing this going to feel? Like,
Yes.
what are they going to take in? The emotion that you're trying to bring out, maybe in or out of
Yeah.
character. Not, oh yeah, I ascend from wherever and I go, and then it dies, and then we're like, what the fuck? No one cares.
Yeah, no, listen, there have been times where I try to tell a serious scene and some people just don't get that, and then it's like they meme in the moment and I'm sitting here, it's like I am having a deep fucking moment here. Roll
Yes,
with it,
they're
god damn it.
meme characters. You are great, but there obviously is a time and a place, and
Timing is
it's
important.
good to be. Yeah, it's good to be like, oh, okay, maybe not now because it looks like they're having a one-on-one, or hey, something. It appears maybe this is just speculation that this person is experiencing something traumatic in character. Maybe I shouldn't be like, haha, on that,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, then it
that
just kind
ruins
of
the
ruins.
moment.
Yeah, it ruined, especially when people break character over some stupid shit. And I'm sitting here like, you just ruined the momentum here.
Yeah, we have a rule about that. I was like, guys, keep it in character, please. We're trying to create an immersive, fun fantasy
Bro,
experience. Right now, you are talking about shit that should not be talked about with random people on the internet.
yes, exactly. Oh my god. It was such a whole thing. Cause we did a recent plot twist in Black Wolves where it was the whole reveal that, Caleb was a victim of the Lecter entity just like John was, and it like made
Mm,
people question if Caleb was like it basically confirmed Caleb wasn't always evil. And some people took it, a lot of people took it seriously, but some people didn't. And, that's okay. It's just, you just got to focus on those people who actually do take the moment seriously. Because obviously there were some people,
yeah,
it's like, oh, John having another speech. And I'm sitting here, it's like,
you could have kept that in your head.
yeah,
You could have kept that to yourself, please. Like,
right?
there,
There's a
like
time and a
I
place.
get it. Yeah, there's a time and a place. Like maybe right after, like be like, oh yeah, one of his speeches. It was
I
so
have
great, or
literally,
whatever. After it has
yes,
happened and
I
impacted.
make jokes about my fucking characters. I've caught
Oh
myself
yeah,
calling
no.
Jace traffic cone. Like, hell, even as my, like, for example, John, who is like literally Jace's adoptive brother, even he fucking calls him traffic cone, and it's like a community made nickname that's like demeaning, yeah, but it's like it's fucking funny.
Yeah, it's like Paimon and eating Paimon and the fucking Genshin Impact community. Like, yeah, I mean, this is gonna be
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Like, obviously, but if it's like in the moment, there's like don't ruin the momentum. Don't ruin the
Yeah,
momentum.
don't. And I know for some people that can be hard to tell, and the best way you can do to figure out how to tell, which is what you should be doing, is
Yes,
ask. Be like, hey, was that an appropriate time? Okay, when would have been an appropriate time? So then you know later, oh, I'm
literally,
recognizing
yeah. That's
something
my thing. It's like you
that
could have waited till even after he was done with the fucking speech and walk out of the
yeah.
room, and then be like, like,
Like that was some speech.
right? Like that would have been like, whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter. Unless it's like
Yeah.
when I fuck up the speech, like if I say the wrong word or I stumble upon my words,
Yeah, then
then you
is
can
your
meme on
opportunity.
it. That
It's a
then
little
it's prime
it's
opportunity.
complicated,
It's
but
a
the
whole
best way
thing.
that you can do that is ask and be like and cross reference and be like, oh okay,
Yeah.
because otherwise then the DM's trying to do something important to impact the players of what they want, and it's kind of like the emotional level of power gaming where you're trying
Mm-hmm.
to put in this physical situation the players are in and you just go fuck you, and we're like, no, it's people doing that when you're trying to create an emotional impact as a
Yeah.
storyteller.
Yeah, no, that
um
because that's my whole thing, right? Both my role plays are seriously like story driven role plays. So obviously there's gonna be moments where it's time to lock the fuck in. And that's
yes.
why it's always important to say, hey, this is a session where you need to lock the fuck in. And
Oh yeah,
and
no,
a lot
that
of the
I
time
try
they
and
end
do
up
that with the
locking in.
title.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they'll be like, it's serious. Like right now we're touching God stuff, and not like God stuff, but like actual the scaling God stuff, like proper
Yes.
scaling, where it's like
Yes.
you're just not gonna just be like, yeah, like listen, 8 20 level D&D players will still have a difficulty killing a god. Like that's
Yes.
the scale of
Oh
that.
my
So
god, you
you
made me think of the
6
Void
motherfuckers
campaign.
who are going in there and are like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. I'm like, you all are fucking level 15. Where the fuck are you at right now?
Right?
Like,
Oh my
holy
god, I remember the
shit.
Void campaign and I said, y'all gonna get fucked up. Y'all gonna get fucked up, but it was worth it because it was like the fucking campaign that ended with me retiring a character. Like,
Ooh.
and it was like a very emotional moment because the character is like the father of like a couple players' characters and then the wife of another character. It was a very, very important, big, impactful scene. That fucking emotional goodbye was it went so hard, especially with the music. That shit was the most cinematic
Mm.
shit I have ever roleplayed. It was an actual, like, there were boss mechanics in that map. I'm talking big ass enemy
Hell
animated in the
yeah.
background with each hit he fucking stumbled and shit, and it was a whole like cinematic fucking orchestral music shit. By the way, if you're a map maker and you need epic music, there's a link that I have that you can ask for. It's essentially all you gotta do if you're streaming is put it in your description or your title, and you can use his shit that he's put in actual movies before. Guy's name is Scott Buckley, I think the guy's name is, but he does great shit. Like if you like
Yeah,
some of the
that'll get you a
songs
lot of
in,
copyrights too, is putting credit in the thing if the creator allows it, because it's kind of hit or miss.
yeah, because Scott Buckley said, "Oh, it's fine, do whatever you want with the music as long as you credit me." And I'm sitting there like,
Oh,
"Ah, perfect." Then
my boy.
then I'll use it. And then for all the Void campaign finale vods, it was perfect. No
Hell
copyright
yeah.
strike, no nothing because I put credit there. But anyway, to move
That's
on,
awesome.
this is the next fun question. In your opinion, what is the biggest issue facing the metaverse today?
Man, you have some really fucking good questions.
I know, right?
Yeah, they're not like a can we see your nipple kind of fucking question. No, they're like a genuine, actual fucking question where I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
God damn, that's oof.
Yeah.
The biggest problem. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, for where I'm at, because obviously there's different perspectives, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of outside looking because me and roleplay have a complicated relationship.
I mean, listen, you can generalize just the whole roleplay community. I just specify the metaverse
No,
because
I
a
know.
lot of time it's the same
I'm.
fucking answer
Oh,
with people.
if you're in general, the biggest issue, communication. And by what do I mean by that? And without being
Oh,
fucking just vague, I mean like being like, hey, this upset me, or I don't think this is fair for my character. Can you explain to me why? And being okay or
right.
respecting that from a DM or a storyteller. Like, you don't have to like it. That's life. Like, if
Yeah.
someone's gonna say something, you're gonna be like, I fucking completely disagree with that on a
Yeah.
very personal level.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I don't have to be like, you're wrong, fuck you. Like, I'd be like, well, and you can debate it about it, without throwing punches. And if you realize you're going to that way, obviously stop.
Yeah.
Um, but like, communicate and be specific
Yeah.
and try to work things out.
Yeah.
DMs and players more specifically, probably, because I've seen both sides where I'm like, the players are like, hey, I want this, that, the other, like, I
Yeah.
would enjoy that. And they're like, okay, what if I get this? And they're like, that's not really what I'm looking for. I meant like this.
Yep.
And they're like, okay. And then it happens. And then it wasn't anything what they talked about. And then I'm like, DM, come on. Like, they wrote it down in a paragraph and they were very specific of what they wanted to have happen. And instead of talking with them about it, didn't they? Or on the player's perspective, switching roles of being like, yeah, I want this. Well, how do you want that? I don't know. Do it. I'm like, what the I can't. You're not gonna
That
like it.
has
Like,
been that
probably,
bro. I remember
like,
having back in the day. I remember having that problem to the point where our mutual friend Nikolai straight up said to my players one day, this was a long time ago. I don't have this
classic
issue
Nikolai.
anymore. I don't have this issue anymore. I want to be abundantly clear on that. But basically, it was if you have a problem and you refuse to tell any of the admins, including just the owner in his DMs, then you don't have the right to
That's
have
your
a
fault.
problem. Then that's your own fault. Is
Yeah,
essentially what
that's your
Nikolai
fault.
said.
That's your fault. Like,
Yeah.
even if you say it like aggressively or like hostilely, that's kind of better than not saying anything at all. Like, I wouldn't agree with doing that, but it's better than not saying
Yeah,
anything.
listen, you don't
Like,
have to listen. And to all admins out there, your players don't have to agree with you. I have a few
no.
players that are literally the epitome of skip dialogue button, and this is a story-driven role play. Is this
Yeah, no, and
and
that's how they want to role play. As long as everyone's cool with that,
they're
honestly,
not,
it's
and
fine.
here's the thing,
Like,
they're not bothering anybody.
yeah, no, that's
They're
perfect.
role
Actually,
playing,
holy
they're
shit.
minding their business, and they rarely break character. I don't give a shit. Like, if they don't, if listen, if they're not whole into the story side and they just want to be there for the session and do mission, that's fine. I don't care. Like,
Yeah, if they're there for surface level, that's their way of role playing. Like,
yeah,
there's
it's
nothing wrong with that.
you don't your
It
all your
just
players
isn't a
don't
good
have to
service to the
be.
people who want to go deep in the fucking thing and be like, "Hey, I really want to get into it right
Yeah,
now."
like for example, a player that was back even around for your days, Spacebird. They are still in the role play. Granted, they
Oh,
took a long
fuck.
break because of IRL stuff, and they're not going to be here for long because of IRL stuff.
Yeah.
But one thing I know is Arcanites. They are obsessed with that lore.
Ah,
Anytime I fucking launch any fucking Arcanite lore, they fucking eat that shit up like it's a
that's how I am
fucking
with
full
Hawkeye
course
Star Rail.
meal. Yeah, literally the second there's any lore that drops that I drop, immediately they're like, give it to me so I can theorize.
Yeah, no, 4.1 came out for HSR, and I was like, holy shit, I need to fucking look some stuff up now. And so me
Right?
and my
Like
brother had a fucking
I'm a
theory
lore
going on,
addict. I'm a
and
lore
we're like,
addict with
holy fuck,
Warframe.
bro.
I'm a lore addict
Yeah.
with Warframe, and back in the day when I was a kid, I was a lore addict for Call of Duty Zombies. Everyone
Yeah,
has their
everyone has their own
thing.
thing they're so fucking into.
Yeah, and that is okay. That is my whole fucking thing. And also the answers I've been mostly getting, because I ask these questions even like outside of like this podcast, a lot of the answers are either power level, like the power scaling of the metaverse, or inner fucking fighting and drama.
Yeah, and if you have two powerful characters going at it, there should be a conversation that is happening. Like, I think a couple of times I've had to fight powerful characters, and I'm like, okay, we need to talk, bro. And one of them was like, what? We're talking? I'm like, yes. We need to talk about how the powers are going to conflict and what we're both okay with and agree with. Like,
Yeah.
because we're going at 100%, we need to talk about this because it's complicated, and we
Yeah.
want to do it right, and we want to do it service to both of ourselves and be respectful. I had another person who's like, yeah, just give me whatever. Like, I'm cool with whatever. I'm like, so you're cool with this, that, or the other? They're like, yeah, no, that. I'm like, even this. They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And yeah, no, they were fine. I mean, I forfeited because of if I didn't forfeit, it would have put in danger to this character's world. So that's why he forfeited. But whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember at one point I had the players have to fight Jace out of control. Obviously, in case you don't remember, Jace is my god character.
Classic.
Literally, I just
Yep.
had John place an energy field that just kind of equalized it, where that way Jace can't
Oh,
just
yeah.
fucking flick his wrist and ragdoll
Yeah,
like
that's
half the
something else that
goddamn player
you
base.
guys could do is be like, oh, this random artifact or like outside force or
Literally.
whatever is suppressing so that they're the same level, then you don't gotta worry about it anymore. Like, unless there's a specific move that's complicated, then I would talk about it. Like,
there's always a lore
time.
reason for me rebalancing
Yes, I said
in
the
fights
word.
like
I
these.
said the word time.
I have a time god in
some-
Cosmic Veil. I don't give a shit. Listen, I don't play
mean,
by the rules. Listen.
I mean, in your own roleplay, you can kind of do whatever, but if you're going to be in it, you need to have some ground rules. Like, for this character, if it's not in that universe, I'm not.
Nothing you can do. My hands are tied.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not my business. So
Yeah, my time god character, and if he's like in some random if like when he's in Blackstone, he can't just fucking travel back in time. It's like he might as well just be a fancy human at that point. Like,
yeah, or for a god, you can send. Fuck was it called? I just thought of it the other day. It starts with an A. aspect. You said an aspect to yourself. It's essentially like a lower down version. They're projecting themselves there, type of shit.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
not
that
that
way, it's
complicated.
not.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I mean, you can. I mean, even if you don't have the name for it, you can look shit up or like
yeah,
just kind of bullshit it to however makes it easier for people. Like
yeah.
roleplay is like 80% bullshit.
It's mostly
Like
improv.
roleplay, especially for this, roleplay is entirely made up.
Yeah,
So as long as it makes
somewhat.
somewhat sense,
Yeah,
it's fine.
yeah, yeah.
Like, you don't have to make it that complicated.
It doesn't have to be complicated. I have fun fact. I have a person. I like to call them my skinwalker. They are able to almost perfectly. They are almost able to almost perfectly mimic my voice. And boy howdy, I cherish them with all my heart because sometimes I need two of my characters in the same room. And sometimes they say, "Can I have a script?" And I'm like, and I literally tell them, literally just bullshit something as long as you basically say this.
That's actually a good premise to be able to bullshit something and have it be totally okay and make sense. It's just this random motherfucker as
Do
like a
do
skinwalker doing that. It's really funny.
Yeah, shout out to Dizzy. Thank you for being my skinwalker and being one of my characters using my voice. Literally, they're one of those people who can like change the pitch of their voice to whatever fucking pitch they
Oh,
want.
that's awesome.
That's why I call them my skinwalker because they can sound so fucking similar to me that people just don't bat an eye, and it's great. I love it.
No, that's great. You can utilize that.
I utilize it every week. I utilize it every week.
Good, you're using it to its full potential.
If I had unlimited money, I would pay them for how good they do. Anyways, let's see. Okay, well, the next question would be.
If I had unlimited money.
So that was actually a two-part question. The issue facing the metaverse. If given the opportunity, how would you approach solving that issue?
Well, I kind of already am, I guess, which is to just, if you see something like that, be like, hey, what the fuck? And here's a better way of doing it, maybe. Just maybe. Like,
Yeah.
obviously you don't want to get involved in other people's shit, because
Yeah.
like that's drama, and I'm maybe 26, but I'm
Hey,
done.
I'm 26. I'm 26
I'm
as
like,
well.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm out of that game. That's annoying. And
Literally,
I,
I have people on my dev team who are almost 40, and it fucking shows sometimes.
No, I love it. I love it when I'm like, oh wait, so I'm mentally 40. That's crazy.
Mentally, I feel 80. You know, I remember at work the
I
other
feel
day.
like an old man where I'm like,
The way
oh
I
my
talk,
God.
I remember somebody at my fucking new job called me Unk, and that I will never recover.
Oh no, that's a Generation Alpha fucking.
I know. I wanted to just crawl in a hole and cry myself to sleep that night.
Ugh. I guess for everyone, don't, because we did have this recently where someone's like, just be communicative. I'm like, what the? Did you not hear what the fuck they just said? They just said I talked to them about it, and it's okay. I'm just still frustrated with it, and I'm saying my frustration to people that I'm in a corner with, that I trust, and that know me well enough emotionally to not only handle that, but like can understand it.
Yeah.
You coming in here and being like, oh, they're my friend, you should be more communicative. I'm like, you didn't even hear what the fuck they just fucking said. What the fuck does that mean?
That's why you really gotta have.
Communicative is so subjective.
Yeah, that's why you got it. Sometimes you just gotta have people on your dev team that you trust with everything. And and that's kind of the most important thing, because even back then with Black Wolves, honestly, it probably would have been a lot better if I had a different dev team at the time. And that's not knocking the old people from the old dev team. You know, honestly, like I said, my only fucking beef is the way of which they left, which is all collectively leaving on my grandma's funeral, leaving my server without any moderators, and I had to both brief and moderate at the same time.
Talking about it.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
Again, not gonna say names because honestly, I'm over it. It's fine. It's been years now. I don't care anymore.
It's like, well, that was shit of you, but I mean, whatever. I don't really care anymore.
Whatever. Listen, what the fuck ever. I don't care anymore. Like, that's honestly like the most important fucking thing to remember as a roleplay owner is honestly, this is fucking VR make believe. Don't put so much mental.
It's fucking it's make believe. Don't put there's a word for it. don't take it so personally.
Don't
Like,
take
yes, especially if you're a part of it and it's your shit, it is your stuff. It is basically your child. I get it.
Yeah.
Tallaria is my baby, but it's make believe, and if people disrespect that in some way, they are disrespecting you for that. But that's okay. People are going to do that, and
Shit
the best thing you
happens.
can do is just be like, all right, well, whatever. Like they can be in their own little crazy corner and be crazy. I'm gonna be over here, continue doing what I'm doing.
Honestly, back then my biggest problem is I cared too much, and I fucking constantly obsessed over player numbers, and now it's to the point where it's like, the only issue facing Black Wolves currently is the fact that we only have 2 goddamn medics in the entire roleplay. That's my current issue, is we don't have enough goddamn medics.
Medic is fun. You have a person's like strings of life and death in your hand.
Tell my player
and
base
you can use that if they won't shut the fuck up and stop being an asshole in character. You'd be like, I could kill you right now. Shut up.
Tell my player base that, because I only have 2 goddamn medics. Oh god. And one of them is my wife, who is still actively in the roleplay, although asleep in front of me. Oh, never mind. My wife out here like, I'm not asleep, bitch. Anyway.
Fuck you.
Anyways, let's see what other question. Oh, here's another fun one. What advice would you offer to someone new to the VRChat RP scene?
NPC first, and tell them that you are new. If they give you shit, that is not the roleplay for you. That's an easy way with not a lot of effort and not a lot of time to be like, okay, which roleplay do I like? Because if you can NPC there, then you can play there. Then you can DM there. If given the opportunity, the chance, and the DM wants people.
Yeah.
That's a good way. And you don't spend a lot of time. You're like, hey, I'm new. Can someone kind of show me what's going on? And they could be like, I don't have time right now, but I will later. Or like maybe at a later date. Or, oh yeah, absolutely. Let's give you the rundown.
Yeah.
And DMs like to know who's new or not, so they know where to put you guys in terms of experience, because that's also very important.
Yeah. For example, Bishop, or Panzer McFly, more accurately. He was
Panzer.
Yeah, you remember Panzer. He is a staff character now. He went from regular he became from just a regular fucking guard. Now he's like literally in character, he's like head of the fucking fleet of the rebellion. He's a staff character. He fucking
hell yeah, that's awesome.
I trusted him.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I even trusted him to be the fucking king of Exolia, which is like a fucking main plot character in the fucking season 2, which, well, not anymore because the king's fucking dead. Get fucked, Bishop. Get killed, poser. Anyway.
Poser.
Oh man. But yeah, no, like that's honestly the best advice, is like NPC first. Like if that's that's probably what I would have done.
Then be a DM, because that'll give you both perspectives, and then how how a player is going to feel, or an NPC is going to feel when you give them directions.
Yeah.
And how you give them directions, and where they're going, what they like, whatnot. And knowing the crowd at that point. So
like for example, once again, my Skinwalker friend Dizzy, they started out as an NPC. Now I trust them to play John's mother. Like that is the level of trust I have with them, and that's honestly the best way to do it is you NPC for a server, because that way, if you NPC for a role play and you don't like the way they run it, go and NPC in another one.
Yeah, and then you didn't spend a bunch of time getting to know these people. There's not a lot of like backlash for you emotionally. Like the time invested was like, it wasn't a lot, but it was enough and worth it to be like, they're not for me.
Yeah, because for example, role plays like Black Wolves, if you leave after making a character, well, then you just kind of added like, okay, well, now we have to have a reason for this character to leave. What the fuck are we supposed to say?
Yeah.
And then it becomes a whole complicated issue. But if you start
and
as
then agree, and then you fight about it, and
yeah. So that way, if you just NPC first, that way if you leave, the fucking admins don't have to think, oh well, fuck. and
We have to
also
spend 2 days trying to figure out what the fuck to do with your character because of some stupid thing you said.
yeah, and instead it's like, oh well, this person was only an NPC, no harm, no foul. But it's also beneficial for the person who did join, because that way, you didn't
Yeah,
waste
it's
your
not friend,
time
which is
making a
fine.
character. You didn't waste your time making a character, and now you can just like use that character concept you had in your
Yeah,
head to the roleplay you actually want to participate in.
yeah, it saves time on everyone's bout, and it can seem a little heartless, but as you get older, dude, I don't want to fucking hang out with some Joe Schmo fucking random
Yeah,
motherfucker
it's
like
not.
that. I
Listen, guys,
that it
it's
turns
not a
out I
big
don't
deal.
like because most of the time I'm gonna be honest, I just don't like people. So like
Yeah,
I have to be very peculiar with who I let in my inner circle or
yeah.
for DMing or modding or whatever.
Yeah, listen, guys,
But
it doesn't matter, guys. Like, legitimately, just be chill. Like, and again, and I
and
feel
not
like,
everyone's going to be friends.
yeah,
That's okay.
yeah,
Not everyone's going to be
literally.
friends, and
And
that's
listen,
normal.
you don't have to leave. Listen, and if you do end up leaving the roleplay because you don't like the way it's being run, I guarantee you, if the roleplay owner has the right state of mind, they're gonna be like, "All right, man, like, hell, even when you
Yeah,
left
like
Black Wolves, I didn't listen. I didn't fucking I didn't stay angry. At most, I was sad because, like, oh man, my elf on the shelf is gone. Like,
I know.
yeah,
And I left for a few reasons. I left because I fucking moved, bro. I
yeah,
moved and I started working at night. Like
yeah,
my work is in 2 hours. Like I work today in 2 hours, and I don't come home till like 8 o'clock
yeah,
in the morning.
yeah.
Like,
I kind of figured
and
that,
I have my own role play. I'm busy as fuck. Like I got all the shit that I'm doing,
right?
and
I
trying to
got,
wrap up storylines and all this fucking stuff for the next stuff.
bro.
But like,
Honestly,
I
son,
told you if you need me NPC, just reach out. And I'm pretty sure I did a few times,
you
which is
did.
super fun.
Yeah,
I did have to leave early because
yeah.
it's work, but
Yeah, like hell, even this week, I'm sitting here like, fuck, I need NPCs, man. It's a fucking like basically a zombie scenario, so I need bodies, because a lot of my NPCs, fun fact,
yeah,
they're better with
I need
guns.
numbers. I don't need.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
some of my NPCs aren't that good with melee. So then I have to. Well, then it's like, oh, I'm
yeah,
only good
melee's
with
a
range.
dance.
So then they just kind of flail it around. I'm sitting here like, bro, just
Yeah, to keep it simple, you VRChat roleplay combat melee is you do 2 or 3 moves, and then they do 2 or 3 moves, and then they do 2 or 3 moves, and then you do 2 or 3 moves. 2 or 3
it's
moves attacking, 2 or 3 moves defending,
I
2 or 3 moves attacking, 2 or 3
listen,
moves defending. It's back and forth.
viewers. I promise I did not show him the fucking combat document of Black Wolves. I promise he didn't read it either. I guarantee you. He didn't.
No, I haven't read it. That's just how
This
I
is
train people out
literally
of character to fucking do stuff. But
verbatim.
not
That is
only does it give
basically the
everybody a
combat system.
chance,
Yeah,
but like now you're both having fun. You're both going back and forth. You can
yeah.
do this crazy enemy attack. Obviously, you
Literally,
want to give
that's
the
our rule.
players
Swing 3 to
under
5 times, and then you go to defensive stance, and then you wait for them to attack back, and then you just go back and forth. And that way, there's this wonderful flow. And then if there's more than one person in a group, then you just cycle and take turns, and everything's great. You can break up the
or do
cycle
the
and
arch
interrupt
temper,
them
the
and
arc bow
parry.
thing, and randomly move in a combo when I'm trying to run away and heal, and then now you completely fucked me, and now I'm
Right?
dead.
And also, when
You
you're
can do
standing still like this,
yeah.
and when you're standing still in a defense stance like this, don't just fucking zoom around like.
Yeah, no, stand your ground. Like, keep your footing right. Obviously, you don't want to fucking fall, and know where your cord's at.
Listen,
Please know where your
this
cord's
is
at.
one of Jason's hot takes. Melee combat is more fun than ranged.
No, that's not a hot take. That's just facts.
I've had people argue with me on that.
Not actually, obviously, but like, it's more fun being in it and having that kind of adrenaline rush. Fighting,
Yes.
especially for guys, because it's kind of biological.
Yes.
Instead of fucking.
I would like to use this fucking sword. After all, I paid $4.
Holy shit, that looks dope as fuck.
Yeah, right. Look at this shit. Like, bro, look at it. I
And
paid
it's going out of the mouth,
$4.
fucking breathing on the edge of the blade. You can fucking
By the way,
make
if you
emission
like,
map of that shit.
by the way, gang, if you want to find free shit, fab.com. Yeah, I know it's owned by Epic Games. It's fine. They release public. They do public assets. This month, if you're looking for a stone golem, that's free on fab.com, and it's a Unity package. Normally, it's like $60
now,
free.
Now I'm gonna have to.
And last month there
Oh,
was a
hey, my Steam
map
VR
asset.
also doesn't work.
That's
Cool.
fun. That's fun. But yeah, no, I like that's kind of the thing with melee combat is so much fun when you have good shit. Like, bro, love using that.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
And then
I have my social model, so I don't fucking have it.
right, let me just fucking activate my stand, be like,
ooh, hell yeah.
Listen, I'm known as the particle king around here. But anyways, yeah, no, like
I'm
melee
known
combat
as
is
the
so fun.
particle god of the Sylvan Vale, so.
Oh my
'Cause
god, that's a fucking
I'm-
server. That's a server right
I
there.
know we're dead now, and
Right? Didn't you
it's
guys close your
gone.
door? Didn't the line fork also close?
Okay, yeah. So I think just about every old place is gone except the Acres and maybe Purple Lotus, but they're kind of dead now anyway.
No, they have a new
Like,
server.
Oh, that's right. They did anything with Ribbon.
Yeah, yeah, no, there's a new Purple Lotus server, and matter of fact, when I did the fucking podcast with Poi Butler, he teased like, "Stay tuned, guys, we got some stuff in store." Lo and fucking behold, a couple months later, they're doing shit, and I'm sitting here like, "Holy shit!" They teased something on my podcast months before they actually ended up doing it. I felt that made me feel a little special.
Hell yeah.
Poi Butler's honestly pretty chill when I talk to him. Really chill
Yeah,
guy.
no, they're pretty chill.
Yeah, and that's kind of the one of my.
Peach is really awesome.
Honestly, here's my thing, right? This is what the goal of the podcast is. I want to have a guest on here that like so many people. It's like, oh, this is controversial to have this person on here, because I just want to be that one podcast where it's like. I want to hear that person say something. I want to just expose what they have to say.
No,
That's what I
I'm
want.
laughing because omnipresently that is really funny and awesome at the same time. Like that's because some of those controversial people have some really good take. Not all of them, but there's some of them. I'm like, that's a very good point. Holy shit, I didn't think about it that way.
Bro, there was a person for a time who was trying to get Brunswick on here.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Not saying he's controversial, but I'd love to have him on here.
No, that would be awesome.
Right? Wouldn't that be great? I almost had Taylor on here, like the creator of Rosewood.
Oh shit!
I almost had her on
no,
here.
Yeah,
I almost had Taylor Zilla on here. Unfortunately, she said, "Oh, my schedule," and I was like, "Okay, that's fine." I also had that.
Yeah,
I also then tried to have
schedule a couple of times because my fucking car battery quit out on me.
Bro, I remember seeing that. I was like, bro, that's a fucking shame right there. That is honestly a crying shame.
Yeah, thanks, Texas Pollen Dust.
Since we're saying thanks,
by the way,
thanks CapCut for fucking ruining your fucking platform. By the way, I had to learn DaVinci Resolve to edit my videos.
See, everyone's moving to DaVinci now. Come on, guys. This is sad.
Bro, I'm already learning coding languages from my games right now, and also fucking writing down the connections between my role plays and my fucking and my games. Like, I don't have the time to learn another thing.
Fucking fuck around and
yeah,
but DaVinci makes it really easy. Like,
they do.
Oh yeah, no, this is like their bread and butter. And I looked at it, I was like, oh, I wouldn't be able to use this, but I could understand why this is their bread and butter. Because holy shit,
it's actually
boom, 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 boom.
Literally had to do a couple like short.
It's
a process, but also it's so rewarding once you learn how to use it. My thing is like I'm already learning so much that somebody at one point is like, why don't you learn Udon? It's so easy. It's like I'm learning Playmaker for my games. I can't learn 2 visual scripting programs. I'm going to get wires crossed. I'm stupid.
I'm going to explode.
I'm going to explode. It's not happening. Like,
yeah, no, I'm
learning many things.
A little bit of Udon and woof.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot. I looked at it, I was like, I'm gonna need someone to like give me some like formatting or something. Because holy shit,
this is why I use Cyan Trigger. Fuck you, devs, by the way, for making it where I can't update my fucking SDK anymore because it breaks Cyan Trigger, which is the only way I know how.
Oof.
And for the people who say, "Oh, you can just learn Udon," or "Oh, just use public assets," yeah, but my roleplay is a speed system. Speed levels. I have to hit a button for each athleticism level. I can't do that. I can't do that unless I use Cyan Trigger. because I don't know how else to do it. I'm already learning so many different things from my game developing career that I can't learn an additional thing. I have ADHD. I barely retain information as it is. I retain information like water in a thimble, all right?
That's a really good analogy.
After a while, I do end up actually succeeding in learning something and retain information, but
Yeah,
it
when it
takes me
goes to your
about 7
long-term fucking memory.
right? Like I know how to use Playmaker enough to get by and make my game. But holy fucking shit, sometimes it's difficult because now I'm learning another visual scripting language, Game Creator 2. That's fucking so hard to do. All at the same time,
my God.
learning how to do marketing is another fucking thing, which is one of the
Thank God
biggest.
I'm not a game dev.
It's quite something because it is also quite unique because now I decided at one point. Fun fact, by the way, unless you are one of many fucking VRChat roleplays and you do a VRChat roleplay of an existing IP, for example, Iron Grip can't do what I did because Iron Grip is a Monster Hunter thing. But for me, who made all the lore originally, my actual company, I actually, by the way, legally put out the paperwork for this. I own a game dev company. If you own a game dev company, you can actually make it where your company or your game studio actually owns the role plays. Granted, I don't own the platform that I do it on, but the story,
That's
the lore, and the
crazy.
characters, those are mine. For example, every single item on John's model, I have bought with my own money, with my own license on the Unity Asset Store, or I hired somebody to make it like his base here. I could put John in I could put John in a Steam game right now, and I would have every right to do so. Exactly. Big fucking brain.
That's fucking awesome.
If you plan to be a game dev and you own a role play, you are sitting on a gold mine of marketing.
Yeah, no, that's fucking crazy. Holy shit.
The thing here's the thing. I'm playing the long game. That's what I'm doing.
No, that's smart because if you wanted to be your prologue, then yeah, absolutely, you'd fucking wanna.
Literally, some of my
RP be like, hey guys, just letting you know, can't cover my stuff or I could sue you.
If you want your roleplay character to have an Easter egg in my game, join my roleplay. That's another very enticing way to get players, by the way.
I mean, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that is because a lot of them are video game players.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and you don't have to. And here's the thing: obviously, I don't own people's characters, but you are in a universe.
A totally different thing.
Yeah, like obviously, when the time comes, obviously, don't just say, "Hey, I own your character now." Just say, "Hey, do you want me to acknowledge your character's existence in my game? If you're gonna do that, do that." Anyway, what was the fucking next question?
Obviously, have recorded permission or something you can use. So.
Yeah.
And the unlikely event that it does have to go through recorded law, then you're, especially in the US, then you're fine.
For example, John, I made this character. This is mine. I own every single one of the plot characters, every single one of the story characters, all those characters, those are mine. Though all of the lore is mine, obviously. But people's character, for example, Bishop's character, I don't own his character, but if I want to add an Easter egg like Bishop's fucking pirate hat or something, obviously I would just, get written permission from him, and boom, just like that, character in the game.
Or better yet, put in a different model that people could be like, oh my god, holy shit, that's the hat.
Bishop's model is literally an avatar from the Unity Asset Store. The only thing I'd have to do is remove his head that he doesn't own. Literally smack the helmet back on, boom, call it a day. Like here's the thing, I played the long game of essentially over time replacing all of John's assets to the point where I own everything on this model except for like a few of the systems. Like I have the fucking like Ike HUD system with like the X-ray and shit.
Oh yeah.
I got Lindy's magic weapon system, but like for like some of the particles, anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Last question. What has been your greatest challenge as a roleplay owner?
Getting NPCs. That's everyone's. My personal?
Yeah.
Probably being okay that it's not exactly how you want it to be, because either you can't physically do it, or you don't have the money, or you don't have the time. Um, like I have to write missions for next month for April.
Mm.
Um, April 2026. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I need to get 2 role players together and figure all that stuff out. I need to get my combat back on because I'm a little rusty because I'm supposed to be playing this character and one of those things where they go up and they meet certain people.
Yeah.
Little spoiler, you're gonna meet somebody. I'd say
Mm.
who. Um, but how I envisioned it originally was not exactly what I wanted. Like I wanted this next arc to be 2 arcs. But then I realized something. What I want to happen is so fucking small that I should just combine them. And then I'm like,
Yep.
okay.
I realized that
This
in
will be
Cosmic
set
Veil.
up.
Because in Cosmic Veil we
That'll
do
be set up.
votes. We do votes to choose what campaign to focus on next. It's like, do you want to do a campaign for this storyline or this storyline? And I realized, like, up until the point where we were about to record the trailers to like for them to choose, I realized, wait a minute, this arc can be just condensed with this other arc, so we could actually vote for this arc and then this arc. And it's like,
And then that arc
perfect.
is full of fucking shit. Like
Yeah,
they're
right?
like
And then it's more
and
rich
now I
with
have
shit
12
going on.
missions of pure boom, 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 boom. Like shit's
Yes.
happening, shit's happening, shit's happening.
Yes, exactly. It's always great when shit's happening.
And then for the last arc, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to make it 2 parts because that thing's so fucking long. That's like Cold Steel fucking 4, and I haven't even played that game yet.
Busy.
So I'm like, oh god, I really need to fucking figure out what I want to do for that because I've already pulled the trigger on this arc, and if I pull the trigger on this one, I told myself I'd pull the trigger on the next one.
Right.
It's just you might have to change stuff. You might have to adjust how the model's going to look, or how the character is from how you originally envisioned them, their personality, their behavior, the powers, whatever, what happens in the actual mission. It's very much filled with not necessarily disappointment, it's just fuck. All right, well, what am I okay with? And then so just be prepared for that because it will happen. That's not like a thing you can get around at all, even if you detail it down to, like I for the finale of the first arc, I had a fucking Google Doc that was like 17 pages with pictures and descriptions and shit of the one map and everything and it timing and it's still fucked up. It's still fucked up. At one point, we had something that I didn't want.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yep. Nobody's perfect. You gotta acknowledge that it's not always going to be a winner. Like even last Black Wolf session, I will be the first one to admit it. Last Black Wolf session, yeah, there were a couple problems, but that's okay. There's always going to be a bump in the road, a pothole in the road, and the only thing you can do is just keep on going, learn from it. Listen, it's very simple.
Fix a tire as fast as humanly possible.
Listen, people overcomplicate this concept, and this is kind of what I've started to say, and I honestly kind of run my roleplay around this. You see issue, you fix issue. Simple as that. No need for drama.
Yep.
Simple to the point.
If
no use crying over it.
For some reason a lot of players aren't okay with that, then consult with your team. Be like, hey, was this like an okay idea? Like,
yes.
Or be like, you know what, it probably wasn't the best, but here's what we can change instead, so that I think everyone's okay and or happy with this.
Yeah, because like I feel so many role plays take it way too seriously.
In the moment is in the moment. It's not a responsive. It's a reaction. You're reacting, and that's not really something you can necessarily control all the time. Like, yeah, you can kind of work on it, but like it's not gonna just be like all the perfect every time.
Yeah, like it's honestly that's kind of my thing. It's not always a big deal. And I see so many roleplay owners, like when you give them feedback, they act as if you have personally offended them. Like you are personally attacking them.
Okay, cool. And then my head be like, fuck you.
Right? Like, you
I
don't
don't
have
agree
to
with you at
always.
all, but whatever.
You don't always have to agree with somebody. Like hell, half the time, like the people, like the roleplay owners that I'm fucking friends with, half the time I don't fucking believe some of the shit they say. But that's okay. Shit
Yep.
happens. You don't always have to. Hell, even with my best friend who I grew up with, there are like a majority of opinions that me and him don't agree with. And that's okay.
That's a normal. Like that is literally the normal. Everyone has grown up in a different, even like people in the same fucking
Yeah,
household,
and
like
that's why it's
siblings.
important to have
That
the
is not the
perfect.
same house that I grew up
Yeah,
with my siblings. Like it is a different fucking house and different
yeah.
parents.
Right, I
I'm
grew.
like, they
Listen,
did
I grew.
what?
I'm a
They
New
were okay with
Yorker.
what? I'm sorry. What did you just say? That's bullshit.
Right, I listen. I grew up in an Italian New York household where
Oh
everyone's
yeah.
fucking loud as hell. So like, I have a very,
Yeah.
I have a very high tolerance, but eventually it does obviously get whittled down. But like, listen,
Well, yeah, but
it's important to have a dev team that will actually say, "Hey, you're doing something fucking stupid," and that's okay.
and either or being like, oh, you know what, that makes sense. Or I'm like, I don't, or like, I'm having trouble understanding that. Can you like express it some way? And if you can't, just keep chipping away at it. Maybe one day someone will just magically be like, oh fuck, now I get it, and you'll be
Yeah,
like, and they'll be like, I have no idea. It's
yeah.
just brains are weird.
Yeah, that's why it's so important to have. Listen, you can run a role play by yourself, but you really should have at least one other person with you, so that way.
You should have it a consult at the very
Yes,
like Artemis Eternity, my girlfriend, is my consult. She'll be like, no, that's fucking dumber. I don't really like that. And you know what? 90% of the time, she's right. And no, I don't like it. But
remember. Listen, remember,
if she's right,
kids.
she's
If you
right.
have, remember, kids. If you have a spouse, involve your spouse with your shit sometimes, so that way, if you're being stupid, they'll tell you, "Hey, you're
They'll
being
tell
fucking
you
stupid."
you're being fucking stupid.
Honestly, black. Listen,
Oh,
I will be the
yeah.
first one to admit if it wasn't. Listen, if it wasn't for my wife, Black Wolves would be so much worse than it is. Cause my wife tells me, "Hey, you're being a fucking stupid idiot." And it's like, oh, you're right. I am being a fucking
Oh, I didn't
idiot.
think about it that way. Oh no, they're not gonna feel that way.
Huh?
I know for me, who's like
Many
not someone I'm
times.
ever making a relationship with, Shadowringer.
Hmm.
Shadowringer is awesome.
That name sounds familiar.
They have provided me so much perspective differently to the point where every time I write something, we don't agree on something, and we eventually come out to agreeing to it because I'm like, no, fuck, you're right.
Yeah, no,
Or they're like,
honestly.
oh no, you're right. I didn't. And
My
so
my boy
us kind of
Yukio
going
like
back
that.
and proofreading,
Yeah, my
yeah,
boy
and then
Yukio's
that
like
way we
that,
can.
where there are a lot of times where he disagrees with me and he expresses that, and it's like, yeah, you're right. It's always good to
Ah,
have a
fuck, you're
conflicting
right.
opinion because that way, you have that, that reality check for a second. It's like check yourself, being
Yeah,
like,
because like someone disagreeing with you isn't them hating you; it's them just not agreeing with what you said, which is a statement, and
yes,
which it doesn't necessarily have any truth to it to some
yes,
degree, obviously.
yeah,
Um, but like that's not bad. That's good. That's how you become better. Anything better people, better role players, better spouse, better partner, better fucking at your work. Whatever.
yeah.
That's how you get good at shit. Is people telling you no, that's wrong, and you being like, okay, how is that wrong? Oh, it's wrong like this. Oh, okay, and then going
Yeah.
from there.
And that's why I always like to make. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this podcast. Because I remember somebody's like, how many podcasts are out there for the VRChat roleplay community? Yeah, well, I'm not fucking seeing any. Like,
I actually thought that. I was like, I've only seen like one or two. This should be interesting. All right,
yeah, like,
sure, fuck it, why
because
not?
here's my thing. Listen, we're all gonna see different walks of life of roleplay owners where everyone has a different problem. Yeah, are there overwhelming issues with the VRChat roleplay community? Of course there are, and trust me, I have seen most of it is either drama or fucking getting your name out there. Because let's be honest here for a second, the VRChat roleplay community scene is saturated as fuck.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things that just do either the same thing or like not are like completely different, you're like, well,
Yeah.
what the fuck? No,
Yeah.
like that's a little extreme.
Yeah, like I have
In
15 to 20 I have like 15 to 20 players averaging in Black Wolves. I would argue that's more than most.
No, that is the other thing that can be good with that is that there's a lot of, like we talked about earlier, there's a lot of room for people who don't like stuff to just kind of be like,
Yeah.
no, no, oh
Yeah.
yeah, okay, no, no, oh absolutely,
Yeah,
no,
cuz like
no,
I still
no,
have
like you can.
players that have been with me since the beginning that are still like, for example, Limu, Cave. They're still around.
Oh
And actually,
shit.
last session, they've started to actually speak with a voice changer. And I'm sitting here like, oh my God,
Oh
it's beautiful.
shit.
I'm sitting there like, oh my
No,
God.
that's awesome.
Right? I'm sitting here like, oh my God,
No,
I'm
that's
so
good
proud.
progress.
I'm so fucking proud of them because they know I stream the roleplay every week. And the fact that they actually like stuck or like actually started speaking with the voice changer, I'm sitting here like, oh my God, I'm so proud of them. This is so
Yeah,
amazing.
progress is progress, man. A
Oh,
lot of people in the VRChat community like have some
yeah.
issue, whether it be social or
Yeah.
mental or whatever,
Yeah.
and how we
And then every
deal with
time I
that
see
is
Augie bring
roleplay. Like,
every time I see Augie bring like the OG character Augie back, I get so happy and giggity. Even though the last time she was around, I played as Augie, which was very weird because her current character Lucia needed to be in the same room for the court hearing for the whole King murder stuff. So then it's like, yeah, you're gonna need to play as Augie then because I can't be in two places at once. And I'm like, you want me to be your first character,
yes,
your
one of the
first Black Wolves
challenges.
character. I am a whole ass man, and your character is a woman. And I rolled
That's
with it.
something that I've been because I don't have enough people I trust to play a lot of the roles, and unfortunately, a lot of my characters are women, and I don't have enough women to play those roles or women
Bro,
presenting. So I'm like,
I have the
okay,
I
I
have
might
the
have
opposite
you
problem.
just play them.
I have the
Oh,
opposite problem.
we should
so
trade.
listen, let's talk. let's talk. Let's talk after the pod. Listen. Listen,
Let's
1-800
trade problems for a second.
1-800 help a homie, you know.
Oh fuck. For me, I'm like, you know what? As long as the character looks like that, that's really what matters in any sort of
Dizzy keeps asking,
social...
"Oh, is this voice good?" And they changed their pitch about 10 different times, and I'm sitting here like, I don't care any of them as long as it sounds remotely
as long
like the character
obviously
would.
they know they're a female or whatever. You can clearly it's very obvious.
Listen,
like,
I don't quite care about the pitch.
As long as they're
like
cool with it.
the character, listen, sometimes it's like the character's boobs are up to here. I'm pretty sure no one's going to fucking question it at this point.
No one's gonna care about your voice. They're gonna be looking about 6 inches below that. So don't worry about it.
Trust me, when they look at you, they're not. They're gonna have zero.
Yeah.
Listen, don't worry. They're gonna have zero doubts that they're a woman. I literally had somebody like simping after Caleb's sister, and John sitting there like, "That's my fucking aunt." And she has the capability. She I made it, even though so many, quite a few people didn't see this. I had it where in the boss fight when she was where she was like, "Oh, prove your worth." She one tapped John. I had her one tap my character, completely fucking one tap him, and people still decided to try and simp for her, even though she could probably crush Caleb's skull in a nanosecond.
Yeah, I mean, people be horny like that. That's just how it is. People be horny,
right? Like I remember there's one metaverse role player that doesn't really hang around my role plays anymore, but like they have like tits up to fucking here, out to here.
I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about.
No, I know exactly who you're talking about, and they always have enormous to the point where I'm like, I mean, if you like it, go for it. But like, holy fuck, can you even see? Like,
bro, I remember one time they criticized. I remember one time they criticized Jace's face, and I'm sitting here in my head. It's like, I know you're not fucking giving me shit about my model.
I'm like,
your character's spine should be shaped like the letter C,
or made of like fucking adamantine or some fucking shit. Because like, holy crap, man.
Bro, how fucking sturdy is your back support with your clothes? Like, do you have the
Yeah,
fucking
no kidding.
titanium fucking rod shoved in the back of your shirt?
do you do you have the immovable rod stuck in the back of your shirt that you turn on and off just to fucking be okay with yourself? God damn.
Do you invert gravity in this area? Like, holy shit.
Yeah, but from that we can glean that they really like that, which is fine. But like, whoa, that's visually surprising. Holy shit.
Listen, my thing is don't throw shade if you have plenty of ammunition for people to strike back twice as hard.
Yeah, they usually shoot me, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Anyway,
Right? Like, right? And
I'm
then
like,
there's
cool.
yeah, no, and there's fun things like, for example, like, oh yeah, well, John is strong, and I'm sitting here like, you know, what could kill John? A bullet, a fucking bullet. Sneak up on him,
Yep.
shoot him in the back of the head. You know what will happen? He'll like not move anymore. Like he'll slow down a little
He'll
bit.
like not move anymore.
He'll
Pretty weird.
yeah, he'll slow down. It's pretty fucking wild, you know.
Yeah, he'll like fall to the ground for some reason and just
Yeah,
stop moving.
right.
It's so weird.
Right, and then you see his body will start to like decay and shit as if like he's dead.
Yeah, after
Crazy
like 3 or 4 weeks,
concept, I
that's
know.
just, he'll do rigor mortis and shit. No, that's after like 4 to 6 hours. That's crazy.
Right, like because if you're in front of him, then he'll have time to be like, okay, well that's cool. Like then this will happen. And now I have to sit here for this. Okay, there we go. Anyway,
Hell
fun
yeah.
fun particles. Anyways, other than
Simple
that,
particles.
other than
I
that,
mean, it did the job.
Yeah, it does the job. I don't have any more
It
questions
doesn't have
here,
to be complicated.
so now that I don't have any more questions, let me ask you this fun ass out of script question: how frustrating, how much sanity have you lost from Unity?
Well, in the beginning a lot, but now I do little habits that are like, why are you do? Oh, that's why. Yeah, that's why I'm doing that.
What-
That's why I'm saving every 5 seconds. That's why
Do you
I'm
spend more
fucking
time building or optimizing? Is the real question.
um building, because I plan for optimization at the front of the gate. Like, let's say I'm working on a model, right?
Yeah.
Then you would want to optimize it first. If you do an NPC model, dude, one skin mesh renderer and like 2 materials, maybe. You don't, unless for you doing something complicated like moving pan thing or whatever on your fucking arm, or like weird complicated, then fine. Like, obviously you want more material, but like you don't
Unless
need
it's a
like
boss.
fucking.
Listen. If you have one boss model, don't worry about optimization too much. Just make sure your texture memory's low.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in the Void campaign finale, the fucking main boss had 300 material slots.
My social, actually, I'm able to check. My fucking Woe Riders model probably has like 260.
You know what? We'll do this together to make you feel better.
245.
Right, mine has
Most of that's
93.
particles, though.
Most of my material slots are particles.
Yeah, that's just.
My material
This is
slot
how it
count
be.
with all my weapons are 77 on this model currently.
That's pretty optimized. I'm not gonna lie. If I had a role player come, I'm like, holy shit, thank you. Like, you're helping me through all this other
Right?
crap.
Listen, and I can fit doing this now.
Yeah, no, it just takes time and prep. But once you do it a couple times, it's fine. Like, for avatars, you want to do optimization first, planning that ahead. And then for worlds, you want to do the opposite. You want to make the world make it good and be like, okay, now to fucking remove shit, light bake occlusion, turn stuff on and off, like or room occlusion or manual
That's why,
occlusion for
listen,
some call it. Like,
that's why it pays so much to be a game developer, because by the time I started, I had already learned optimization techniques, and 2, I had already invested in Unity tools that did optimization for me.
yep.
It's why I
Okay,
say
the faster
Mesh
you can make your
Baker kids.
process, the
For the
more,
love
like,
of God,
step by step.
for the love of God, Mesh Baker, Gaia, all that shit, it's a worthwhile investment. Fucking trust me. Even if you work on a roleplay, it will literally make it where you could fucking like pull a map out of your ass in like less than a day.
Yeah.
Gaia
If
lets you
have
just
fun.
click, boop, boop, just like that. You have an island with water, trees, and everything you could ever fucking need. And then you
Oh,
click,
fuck
and then you fucking take the scene, you take the scene optimizer in Mesh Baker, you put a fucking town in there, slap it in Mesh Baker, Atlas shit, boom, just like that. Already the map is more optimized than most. I
yeah.
say,
The goal is to try and hit 60 FPS. Try. Make an attempt.
try is the main goal, but it's also like, because for
Yep.
example, one of my players in Black Wolves, they play the game on a fucking Steam Deck.
That's awesome. That's
They can
fucking awesome.
They can function in all of the maps they've roleplayed in so far, even though they're on LOA. But like, you know what? They don't lag in my maps, and they're on a Steam Deck. And if they don't lag on a fucking Steam Deck, I wear that like a fucking badge of honor.
Yeah, no, that's if you can have full combat fucking people out, your map is still reaching 60. That you should be proud of that because it's pretty fucking.
I have a map that takes
That's
10 minutes to
crazy.
go from one end to the other. They were able to fucking do combat in that map with the level of detail it was at.
Yeah, no,
That-
I'm actually working on a map right now that is gonna take like 2 hours to go through a single map,
Mhm.
and
The only
and
reason
it's
it doesn't
optimized.
take as much time is because it's a flat like plain with like dense forests
That's
and bases
some
and shit.
areas. We have like a village that we have
Oh.
flat open where they can explore for future stuff.
Bro, I could have made the map like 3 times bigger too. The key is like, here's the thing. Games do this and it's so important. This is more knowledge. If you are on the other end of the map, there is no reason why the object for a town should be enabled. Culling, even if your culling is baked, it will still actively be waiting to render. If you disable the object, that is more performance headroom.
Mm-hmm.
I have for example, I have a large map. It's a big fucking valley with a town at the end. If I am at the beginning of the valley, I have the entire interior of the town disabled. The only thing you can see is the outer walls. The second you reach the threshold of being close enough where you can see it, once you're near the gate, the entrance gate, that's when it enables. Is there a lag spike when you go near it? Sure. But you know what? You know who's gonna thank you?
It's better to have a spike than
Yeah.
all spikes.
Yes, it's better to have a single spike when you get close to it, and then it being done, rather than that not being the case. Because, like, for example, if you make a town, put fucking tall walls. So that way you can make them static walls, and that way nothing's rendering beyond the wall. That's important. That is so important to make sure you do that. And that's what I've done.
It takes a while, but if you do it while you're doing the process, it's a lot faster. I know for me, I do what's called manual occlusion. So I do a little cold steel. What I do, what cold steel does, which is basically you're in an area, cool. All the area is kind of rendering, but kind of not. And when you leave to go out of it, you just go teleport to another section. So like you'll have a sphere collider, or sphere collider is more optimized. You'll have it triggered. Well, when they're in that collider, the whole town is rendered or baked or and everything, all the other optimization processes.
Right.
And then when they leave to teleport in a new section, then they're there. That space is there. Then you go to the next one and the next one, and however, you know.
Yeah.
And it's nice for
it
newer.
works.
Like I don't know a lot about it, but for me, that's what I found is easier.
Also, amplify color.
You just slap.
Amplify color really like ups your game on color. Color theory is important even in maps, kids. Remember that. If you have a map that is
with writing,
if you have a map that is mostly red, put some green in there. Trust me.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, green definitely, because it's the opposite.
Exactly. Or even blue. Blue can work too.
Blue can work too if it's a lighter blue. Yeah.
I'm turning on the light in here
like a
to
cyan.
improve my fucking tracking here. There we go.
I feel that.
You unplugged my fan.
I did unplug your fan. That was entirely an accident. Anyway, more nerd shit though. Honestly, optimization is so fucking important. Which is why
I mean, if you don't optimize it, what's the point?
I had somebody commission me for.
No one can enjoy the map because it's so fucking laggy.
That is exactly correct. Which is why if you use a public map, always have a backup. Even if you make the map, still have a backup. like a backup map just in case that map lags too much. That is so fucking important. Also, never use ambient occlusion. That fucking like where it's like black in corners and shit.
No. Oh yeah.
Never
No.
use
That's
that.
we
Never
don't.
do that.
I mean, we don't need that. Like
You
make it
don't need it.
cartoony or whatever. You know, we don't
Color
need to,
grading and
like,
bloom should be the only options, and if it's a horror environment, use vignette.
Yeah, and maybe lower the lighting or whatever, or lower the color grading for how dark it is or whatever. But like that's it. Like,
and if you really want
unless
to,
you're doing some special effect or whatever, we really don't need to.
yeah,
if you're just doing like a town or fucking wherever. Like,
yeah,
for one of the maps that I'm doing, the whole place gets red.
yeah.
For
And draw calls are
some
important in maps.
reasons.
Is the thing. Draw calls are so fucking important in maps, which is why Meshbaker is so fucking good. Because when you atlas something, it'll atlas the textures and those materials. It uses less materials in an area, which is why it is so goddamn important to use Meshbaker. Meshbaker Atlas is. I'll give you the asset after we're done here. But like, it is so easy to use. Literally, you drag and drop the fucking like, you make a parent object. You throw the parent object with all the fucking stuff you want to atlas in there. You fucking go to the Meshbaker part. You make it fucking atlas it in a grid, and then it'll just merge everything and atlas things in chunks. Where like normally that area could use like 50 materials, it'll make it where it uses like maybe 10. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Maybe sometimes even like 2 or 3, and it's like amazing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Granted, you can't decimate it. Also, if you use Gaia, you can automatically make LOD groups where it will decimate them.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Gaia will automatically decimate objects with each LOD level, which will because LOD groups are still important. Don't get rid of your LOD groups.
They are.
They're very important.
Especially if you have more complicated geometry. Like if you have rocks and shit, but like fucking like giant complicated stuff that's like fucking not square. Like it's circles.
That's why
shit.
Scene Optimizer is also important, because Scene Optimizer also merges objects, but like for stuff with an LOD group, Meshbaker doesn't really get along well with it, but it's good enough. Also, if you're really stuck on using standard shader, use Mochi standard shader. It's so good. It's great.
Yep. Mochi's good.
Change it to the Google Filament option.
What's the other one?
And
starts with an L. Lorten.
Yeah, good too. Yeah, Lorten's good as well.
It's good for avatars.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they have a
avatar.
Option,
yeah, avatar. Oh, man, optimizing avatars is a whole fucking thing. Personally, I think VRChat needs to heavily consider changing their rank stats.
I agree.
John has around 160,000 polygons, and I don't think that it should be very poor. I think it should be poor.
No, in earlier days, it was a big issue. Like, it was a huge issue, but after all these updates they've done to not only their engine, how the UI is displayed, what's rendering and not, animators, all that jazz.
Also, by the way, kids, Shader Graph does work with VRChat. Shader Graph works with VRChat. Although some assets you buy, some particle packs, are weird about it, because fun fact, VR renders things twice. That's why VR like tanks your frames. Like for example, in one of my maps I have 150 frames, but in VR I have like half of that. That's because
you have 70-ish.
Right eye, left eye, 2 separate cameras for each eye.
Mm-hmm.
Which means it's rendering it
and
twice.
Being displayed by a graphics card. So.
Exactly. So therefore, obviously, performance is important.
And if you're in VR, keep your fucking VRChat window small. That helps too.
It helps a little bit, yeah. Also, here's another thing. If your computer is set to high performance, put it to balanced. Fucking trust me.
Yep.
Trust me, you don't need high performance. If you set it to balanced, it has much better settings for your CPU.
Yeah, it won't. It's the fucking.
It's nerd shit.
As much. Yeah, it won't shove as much. Commands to the.
Yes.
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 I'm trying to think of the words that I fucking forgot them.
Yeah. But anyway, that's basically the rest of our nerd shit. Anyway, on that note, if there's anything you want to say to my camera, any message you want to say before we end this, because I know you have work, and I have 3 maps to test after this recording. Now's your chance to promote. Actually, before that though, I need to promote something. Fourth Wall. We have Black Wolves merch. We got duffel bags, shirts, jackets, denim jackets. We have tons of stuff like that. By the way, for you writers, merch is Fourth Wall. You can make a merch line for free, and you don't have to pay a dime to set up a shop. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. If you above a certain order, I think it's like $25 or something. Over orders of that amount, free shipping.
Oh, 25 is good actually.
Buy Black Wolves merch. I have the Black Wolf shirt. I personally stand by it. This is not me trying to be a fucking. Well, I am being a fucking sellout to my own shit right now. But I'm saying this.
At least to your own shit. Like,
I will own it. I will own the fact that Fourth Wall shirts are actually really comfortable. Being an autistic person myself, I am very particular about material of shirts.
Yeah.
I have never.
Yeah,
I wear that shirt comfy, and matter of fact, sometimes if I'm not wearing that shirt and I'm about to be cozy, sometimes my wife's already wearing the shirt because of how comfortable it is. And also for fat people like me, length is important. This way, not that way, not width.
Yeah, no.
Length is far more important.
And then that going down comes up.
Yes, we have a bunch of stuff like that. Other than that, that's all I have to fucking promote. Now you promote your thing, if you have anything to promote, or you can say a meme into the camera. Yeah, Tallaria's. I'm in that server.
It's fun.
Yeah, I'm in that server. Cool. Yeah.
Right now, they're for next mission, they're gonna go in the deep dank dark. That's what they did last time. They went the deep dank dark. It's actually fucking dark with Unity fog and shit, and just done just enough to where you can see the NPCs before they see you.
Oh, that's great. We love that. We love that. I'm doing something
because we don't want
I'm doing
them
something
to be
similar.
randomly attacking them. And it's actually really fun and cool. They're doing lore and researching all that new plane stuff.
Yes.
And then remember, it's okay to be straight and be a lesbian at the same time. Like
what?
I am.
What?
Because so for context, all my friends are gay. I'm the only straight person in our friend group. So they're like, "Oh, you're just a lesbian, then it's fine because you're a guy and you like girls." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's actually really fucking funny."
That is actually pretty fucking funny. I will say this. Let me speak for Black Wolves and say we definitely miss our elf on the shelf.
Yeah, I have thought about bringing him back in something that I don't really know. I kind of have a character that's already like that. Gen, my archfey character.
I mean, to be quite blunt, the dry run era of John is a metaverse character now. As in, when I stopped doing the dry run timeline, I made it where that timeline crumpled up and got thrown into the Cosmic Veil RP I'm part of, which we do on Tuesday nights, by the way. But that's a fun thing where that character is very much still around, and his name's Nathan now, but he is still very much just dry run era John. Technically speaking, Rysand can exist.
It's true.
That version of
I'll think about. I do kind of the same things I do with Gen over at the Snow Leopard Bar. Promote that there.
Yeah.
That's kind of like Tallaria's social lobby.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But I'm gonna show up there. I think next Saturday. So.
Fun.
Yeah, I'll fuck with you. It'll be funny.
Yes, we do Cosmic Veil on Tuesdays, which is what I'm going to be promoting as well. But anyway, other than that, the next guest is probably going to be my boy Yukio Okumura, and then after that, it is whoever the fuck I can get my hands on.
It do be like that.
It do be like that. It's hard to find. Listen, I saw writers, I was like, I miss Rysand, and also he's been in the fucking roleplay community even before I fucking came around. Let me nab him real quick.
Do I fucking have the models still? That's a good question.
I know I still have the fucking
Holy
John
shit,
model.
I do. So old.
You know
I
what?
even mapped into my height and everything.
Hey, we about to see Rysand?
Yeah, we're about to see old Rysand. If it doesn't break.
Bro.
It's pretty old.
Holy shit, it's my boy. Oh my god, that really brings me back. Hold on. Where's Johnny? Where's Johnny boy?
Where's old John?
Oh god, I'm passing
I
by
make
my Rosewood
karambit
character.
on my. Oh yeah, yeah. I fucking could just. If I could even see it. Yeah, grab it and then.
There he is. Let's end this podcast in our OG models to make ourselves really feel fucking ancient. Black Wolves is almost 5 years old, by the way.
I fucking remember when my illusion thing. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool that I could do that.
Huh? Oh my god, remember dissolve effects? I am still actively loading John's model.
God, this is so badly parented. I hate it.
Literally, I ended up turning the John model into like, because like how when I changed his hair to black, I made it sound like, oh, John was just piloting a robot this whole time because he didn't trust anyone. And I took that, made it a John bot character, and I just made half the face all fucked up and rusted, and I made it into a horror enemy thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was gonna put fucking throws in this model, but I had no idea how to do it at the time. This is when I barely knew how to do anything in VR chat.
Oh my god.
And I know how to do shit like that, do shit we did earlier. It's great. Yeah,
and then, oh yeah, no. Okay, it's not even showing up on my stream. The fucking shader isn't even showing up on camera now.
Yeah, because some particles don't come on the camera. I don't know if it's because of their render queue or what the fuck.
Does my pistol even still oh.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's coming out of the fucking field of nowhere.
Yeah, no, it's also, yeah, no.
Use the weapon slash fucking thing that they had. That's awesome.
Bruh, and hold on.
And you didn't.
You know what? You know what? Hold on, guys. Let me show you so how. Funny. Let me show you what I do. What kind of shit I do now. Now we got things like. I
guess we're fucking.
Much better, I appreciate. And then you can just power it up, and let me just shoot my sign. Whoop.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, let me, yeah. Particle stuff is fun. But yeah, yeah, particle stuff is fun. Also, I do not regret changing John's hair to fucking black.
No, best that decision. Looks better for them.
Honestly,
because sometimes for a character you want them to be focused on their face, and sometimes it just doesn't matter when you're doing character design.
And visually. Now for his blood rage, it's this now, and oh my god, it's fucking peak. I love how I did it. Also, yes, I took the demon tail from the Uriel Warframe and I plopped it on his back. Why wouldn't I?
Hell yeah.
I wonder if this particle shows up on camera. Oh yeah, it does. I'm a nerd. Anyway, particle nerd shit aside. Anyways, we'll see you on the next episode. Alright, where's the fucking button?